We turn first to France 24's Leila Jacinto. Leila, what more do we know about what exactly transpired on Monday?
I mean, a lot of questions being asked, and we heard the Israeli military chief there in a very preliminary response saying that it was a misidentification that happened with the killings. And Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu yesterday said that it was they were unidentified and airstrikes. I mean, clearly at the heart of this is clearly a collapse of command and control. And some of these questions have actually been addressed by a joint investigative report by the Israeli-Palestinian news site Plus 972 with a Hebrew language local call. And this investigative report, which is based on speaking to many Israeli military intelligence officials, the findings were shared with the British daily The Guardian. Basically, what this report looks at is the Israeli military's use of artificial intelligence, AI, to generate targets. The Israeli system is called Lavender, and at its height, apparently, after the October 7th attacks, Lavender generated 37,000 Palestinian men identified as either Hamas or PIJ, Palestinian Islamic Jihad, operatives. And one of the people there said, yes, this is 37,000, but it depends on how you set the bar for how you define a Hamas or a PIJ operative. And the Israeli left-leaning daily Haaretz has another report where it talks about kill zones, and they have quoted Israeli reservists as saying, basically, the military right now is defining anyone who it kills as a terrorist, any Palestinian adult male who walks into these zones that are called kill zones that the Israeli military has identified, but which Palestinians are not made aware of, which are not clearly marked. Now, the IDF, of course, denies these claims. It denies that, that it's using excessive force. Proportionality is the heart of it. And it's also the question of collateral damage, because what is happening with these AI-generated names and targets, if they are identified as low-level operatives, then the military is using dumb bombs, not smart bombs, which increases the collateral damage. Now, if you take the example of the 8 workers who were killed, there were 7 of them. There were 3 strikes, assuming, which is not the case, of course, that there was a Hamas operative in the car, unbeknownst to them, which is absolutely not the case. Does that justify taking out 7 other civilians? So, so this is all really undermining the credibility of the IDF figures and what the IDF is saying. Because among other things, in 6 months now, this war that has entered, the IDF says it has killed 13,000 Hamas or PIJ operatives. Now, health officials in Gaza, in the Hamas-run Gaza, says that the 33,000 death tolls does not include 13,000 adult males. They have consistently said that most of the casualties are women and children. For the world watching this, one is the credibility of the Israeli military, which is coming down. 2, the world is also watching the outcry with leaders like Joe Biden, Rishi Sunak, and the media coverage that this is getting. They are clearly seeing images of those 3 passports, the EU, British, Australian passport, that is generating this outcry, that is making demands for accountability, and asking themselves, what about the nearly 200 Palestinian aid workers who have been killed in the 6 months? And this is really regenerating this narrative, which is so profound in during this conflict, of the double standards and the lack of accountability that some have and others don't.